I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since your pretty ass told me she came in the door, I just wanna chill, got a sack for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced it to my soul. Showed her how to win.
What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl, Messy Maya, and I'm back again with another Are You the One recap. So today we're going to be recapping episode 6. It is called The Rabbit Hole. This episode was a little bit messy, so instead of wasting your time, I'm just going to jump right into it.
Sorry, I was trying to be nice, but that bitch, you look a mess.
So the episode does start off with everyone in the house recapping about what happened the night before in the matchup ceremony. If you don't know, now you know that in the matchup ceremony, they basically sucked ass. Once again, they only had one beam. So at this point, everybody is basically second guessing who they chose as their match at the matchup ceremony. They're just not sure at this point who their match may or may not be. Some couples are confident. A lot of couples, though, are very not confident, and they are very weary on who they did choose at the matchup ceremony. While everybody is second guessing their decisions, Clay is also expressing how he feels like Cece is his match, especially because the week prior they did choose each other at the matchup ceremony and they had a lot more beams. So he is pretty confident at this point that Cece is his match, and he does express that he really does like her. The conversation flows easy. On the other hand, Cece is speaking to Anissa, basically speaking about Clay and Mikey. She says that she really does like Mikey and she does see herself with Mikey. On the other hand, she sees Clay basically as a friend. She doesn't really see it. When it comes to Clay, she doesn't see it romantically with him yet. Which again, Clay is saying the exact opposite. So they definitely need to have a talk. But her not seeing Clay romantically, definitely, this didn't surprise me only because Cece was with Brendan at the beginning of the show. And Brendan and Clay are two completely different people. They're not the same people at all. So it doesn't surprise me that she's really not interested in Clay in a romantic way. I feel like when it comes to Cece's types, she goes more so based off of what she likes look wise, because I don't see how she really goes for personality when Brendan literally embarrassed her in front of everybody at one of the matchup ceremonies and she fucked him 2 seconds later. So I don't really think that Cece goes for personality. And yeah, so because of that, I feel like Clay deserves better anyway and he can do better than her. Yeah. Please don't get offended by what I'm saying. I'm just calling it how I see it. If our opinions are different, I completely understand. You can drop it in the comments below on what you think about the whole Clay and Cece situation. Me personally, I just feel like Clay can do a lot better than Cece. And I feel like Cece really doesn't know what she wants when it comes to romantic relationships anyway. For God's sake, like, she has sex with Brendan right after he embarrassed her in front of everybody. So whatever her type is, I can't even really take her that serious. So Cammy gathers the house together to, of course, announce the next challenge. I'm so tired of these Kahoot-ass, grade school-ass games. Like, these aren't even challenges. These are grade school games. Like, this is not interesting. I remember back then in the old seasons, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but the challenges were not like this. The challenges actually had the viewers on the edge of our seat. Who's gonna win? Da da da. They used to be physical challenges, but these are literally like they're filling in the fucking blank for sentences. Like they're in elementary school. It's not interesting. It's boring. Moving on. So like I said, let's get back on topic. So Cammy announces the next challenge. The guys are playing the challenge, doing the challenge, whatever. So once the guys are finished with the challenge, they come back and then Maicha has the envelope. So Maicha announces that the 3 lowest scoring guys basically are going to be choosing their dates. When the losers started getting rewarded for losing, I don't know. But I guess, I really don't know. I guess it's a new technique, whatever. Maybe it's to expose who's been paying attention and who hasn't. Anyways, the 3 lowest scoring guys are Clay, Nathan, and Leo. So Clay chooses Cece, Nathan chooses Courtney, and Leo chooses Danielle. So when Nathan does choose Courtney, it's all over Will's face that he is upset, rightfully so. But child, I don't know about this situation. Leo and Courtney were just all over each other last episode, which makes me mad because they actually had me shipping them. And then Courtney just basically forgets that Will exists on this episode. So I don't know what's going on with them. Courtney did express in her interview that she does not feel like Will is her match anymore, which is so weird because it's like it is a good chance that he isn't your match because, again, during the matchup ceremony, there was literally only one beam. But it's like, you don't even know that yet. Like, y'all could be that one beam and y'all have one bad matchup ceremony and it's like Courtney completely forgot about him. She just disregarded him. Oh, well, I feel like he's not my match. Like they weren't just all over each other the week before that. The girls on this show switch up so fast. It doesn't make any sense. It's one thing to explore your options as you should be doing because you don't know who's your match. But it's another thing to like build a connection with one person and then start building a connection with another person and then disregard the other person that you were just building a connection with. It's just weird to me. And I'm not going to speak too much on this, but with Nathan, I'm definitely starting to see a pattern that I do not like, but I'm going to shut the hell up about it. So Cammy does announce that before the dates, they will be having a party down in the rabbit hole. I have no idea what a rabbit hole is, but I'm still confused on what a rabbit hole is. Like, is it like a club? Is it like a party spot? Like, I have no idea. So somebody definitely comment and let me know what the hell a rabbit hole is. So at this point, everybody is partying and having a good time. Brooke, Daniel, and Leo are clearly drunk and they have a three-way kiss. I don't really feel any way about this. They were clearly drunk and having a good time. I don't judge anybody. Well, I do judge, but I didn't judge that particularly. If that's how y'all get down, that's how y'all get down, boo. I ain't judging. Also, during the party, Eduardo is grinding on Jordan. This is the most interesting thing that I've seen Eduardo do this whole season. Eduardo has definitely faded into the background along with a few other castmates. Maicha and Hamudi are kissing and Cece is getting tossed around by Mikey with Clay sitting right there watching them. Didn't I just tell y'all in the beginning that Clay deserves better than her? Yeah, so he definitely deserves better than her. I feel like Cece definitely showed her true colors and she showed her ass this episode. And although I feel bad for Clay, I'm just low-key happy that she did it in the beginning, not after he caught super, super strong feelings for her. So I'm so happy that, not happy that it happened to him because I feel like Clay is a great guy and he definitely didn't deserve it. But I am relieved that she did it. I'm trying to find a good way to say this without sounding like an asshole. I'm happy that she did it so he knows earlier on the type of person she is, because God forbid if they would have actually caught really strong feelings for each other, or he would have caught really strong feelings for her and then would have figured out that she was like a shitty person later down the line. That would have been a lot worse. So yeah, that was a whole bunch of gibberish, but hopefully y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I was trying to put that in like the best way possible, the nicest way possible. Anyways, Clay finally got his first date and his date is acting like a slut. Yeah, so basically Cece is getting tossed around by Mikey. Mikey is grinding on her, has her on the chair. He's grinding on her. Then he puts her on the floor. He continues to grind on her. Puts her on the floor. He continues to grind on her. He puts a shot glass in her mouth. They basically kiss and he takes the shot glass out of her mouth with his mouth right in front of Clay. Like, I felt so bad for him. That's terrible. And I respect everybody's opinions, but honestly, I don't want to hear anyone say, well, they're not dating. They don't know if they're each other's matches yet. I don't give a fuck. It's still a red flag. And I understand that Cece said multiple times that she just doesn't see Clay in that way. But she has yet to tell him that. Like, do y'all really think that Clay is the type of person that's going to sit here and start catching feelings for somebody who literally just sees him as a friend? No. So she clearly hasn't told him that the way that she feels yet. So she's just going about it all wrong, because it'll be one thing if she told him, like, hey, Clay, like, I see that you're catching feelings for me. You chose me as your date. I see you as a friend only. I only vibe with you as a friend. I just don't see it going any further than that. And then she did what she did. But it's like, he chose you as a date, so he clearly doesn't see you as just a friend. Y'all are there to find love, sis. Y'all are there to find love, sis. So clearly he chose you as a date, knowing that y'all are going to be one of the 3 couples that may or may not get chosen for the truth booth. Meaning, he wants to see if you're his match. So, girl, Cece stressed me out this episode. Anyway, in the midst of all of that, Courtney and Nathan basically sneak off during the party, and they lay in the bed and they start flirting and kissing. Will sees them kissing, and yeah, nothing really happens. He just sees him, and rightfully so, he gets upset. So Clay is expressing his feelings to Ollie and some more of his friends, basically saying that he feels used by Cece because Cece got out of a bad situationship with Brendan, and Brendan basically broke her heart. You know what I'm saying? Brendan basically fucked her and just dumped her. Like, he basically said, like, bitch, you're not my match, but he still smashed her. So yeah, so that was a bad situation that she was recovering from. So Clay was basically expressing to his friends that, yeah, y'all, like, I feel used. You know what I'm saying, basically tried to lift her up after she got out of this bad situationship, and, you know what I'm saying, just build her back up again, because her guard was up. She was heartbroken because she really liked him, this, that, and the third, and then she basically shit on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, bitch, yeah, she basically did that. So, on the other hand, while Clay is expressing his feelings about Cece and how he feels, Cece is about to go to the boom boom room with Mikey. And I don't even got to break that down, because we're grown. We all know what happens when they go to the boom boom room. Even when her and Mikey were going to the boom boom room, y'all should have seen their housemates' faces. Like, they were like, you should have seen Hamudi and Maicha's face. They were looking like, where the fuck is she going? Yeah. So the next morning, everybody is gossiping and talking about how bad Cece did Clay. Clay and Cece did end up sitting down and having a conversation, basically confronting each other. This conversation absolutely went nowhere, and I lost brain cells listening to this conversation. This conversation basically consisted of Clay trying to express his feelings and how he feels about what she did to him, and she basically gaslighted him the whole conversation. The whole conversation, she gaslighted him. She showed no sympathy. She showed no remorse. Even in her interview that was shown at the end of the conversation, it shows her literally saying that he was acting like a baby and that he basically did it to himself. And do y'all want to know what the main point of her argument was? Well, you didn't express that you had feelings for me. Bitch, are you serious? You can't be serious. Like, please be for real. Please be for real. Y'all have no idea how much I wanted to skip this part. How did he not express to you that he had feelings for you? First of all, I actually tell you on how many occasions he expressed himself to you. So first of all, sis, he chose you as a date. Okay, the main point of y'all going on a date is so you guys can get to know each other more on a romantic level, and so the house can choose y'all to go into the truth booth, because once you're on a date, now you're eligible to go into the truth booth, right? And the truth booth leads to you guys having a romantic relationship. Girl, not only that, when he chose you as his date, girl. He told you that he had butterflies for you and that y'all conversation flowed natural. He's starting to catch feelings. He literally said it in front of everybody. So her reasoning for doing him dirty like that just wasn't adding up. The math was not mathing, sis. The math was not mathing. Like, if you're gonna sit there and try to gaslight somebody, at least speak facts. At least speak facts. And also, if anybody didn't express their feelings, it would have been you, CC. Because, girl, everybody knew that you didn't see him romantically but him. He didn't know that. Do you really think that if you would have told him that you only see him as a friend, he would have chose you as a date? Girl, please. Next. So fast forward to the date. The three couples finally go on their date. Cece and Clay ended up leaving early because of the situation that happened. They basically agreed that they're clearly not going to work romantically as a couple, and they left the date. They didn't even finish. A part of me doesn't even know why they even went on the date in the first place, because if I was Clay, bitch, I would have stayed my ass the fuck home. Nathan and Courtney's date honestly wasn't anything spontaneous. Yeah, like there were no sparks for me. It was just a regular fucking date to me. To me, the vibe between her and Will is way better. And Leo and Danielle's date was pretty cool. I actually like them as a couple. I can actually see them together. I feel like they get each other. Their conversation with each other isn't forced. It comes easy and it is very natural. So after the winery dates are done, all the couples go back to the house and they start to recap their dates with Cammie in the house. So after they do recap their dates, Clay and Cece ironically do get chosen to go to the truth booth. This was a little bit petty to me, but I guess I kind of get it. So they weren't each other's matches anyway. I swear to God, I have watched all of the seasons of Are You the One, and I have never seen two people so happy that they weren't each other's matches. I understand why Clay was happy, but Cece, I don't understand why she was so happy. Like, I feel like she honestly lost a good person, but as far as Clay, I feel like Clay definitely dodged a bullet with Cece. Clay definitely deserves better, and I really do pray that he does find his match in the house. And even if he doesn't, I hope Clay finds his match in real life, whether it's in the house, in real life. I feel like Clay deserves a really good woman by his side. So Will and Courtney finally addressed the elephant in the room, basically how Courtney moved on hella fast without even finding out if Will is her match or not. And I just feel so bad for Will. Will just looks so sad and upset, and you can tell that he genuinely did like Courtney. And yeah, Courtney just switched up on him so quick. But I mean, I'm not mad at her because I feel like for the most part when they were talking, she did accept responsibility. You know what I'm saying? She definitely took accountability for what she's been doing. So I don't hate the girl, but it's just like, girl, you know, Nate over Will? Nate over Will? I mean, Nate isn't ugly at all. Nate is handsome, but I don't know. Nate just does not have a personality to me. Yeah. I mean, Nate over Will, though? Okay, girl. Whatever, girl. Anyway, Anissa and Clay are having a heart-to-heart. He's expressing himself about the whole Cece situation. And this conversation just made me so sad because it got to the point where Clay was questioning himself. And I feel like if someone ever does you so wrong to the point where now you're questioning yourself and you're feeling insecure about yourself, that person is not even fucking worth it. So I feel like Cece is not worth his time. I feel like he can do so much better. So this conversation was just extremely sad to me. And Clay is really becoming one of my favorites because I feel like he's so down to earth. He's real. He wears his heart on his sleeve. And I feel like Clay is like the ideal man. You know, I feel like he's a good man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he dodged a bullet with Cece. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Cece's not going to find better than him, honestly. So that's how I feel about that situation. So everybody is getting ready for the matchup ceremony. Then they go down there, and this time it is the men's choice. After all of the men choose their potential matchups, they only get 2 beams this time, y'all. So again, little to no progress. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked my commentary, if you like this recap, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and please show yourself. Show yourself. I love speaking to my subscribers. So if you can, please just take 2 seconds to drop a quick comment, like, subscribe, do what you can. Bye.